Yo, check it out, guys. I'm here with my square body. I worked on this bed for about a week, picking at all little things that needed to be addressed. Just stupid shit. Like, let's see here. I hate to bore you with all this shit, but anyway, built that. I had this under here and the gas wouldn't flow, so I put it up here and built a nice little protector for it. Fixed the interior lights, fixed the transmission leak I had, whatever. Anyway, don't want to bore you with all that bullshit, but today, what am I doing right here? Water pump. After I did all that, I went to fire the truck up yesterday, parked it outside, and I had coolant leak all over the place. So what I'm going to be showing you today is how to change your water pump. Pretty simple. I got a few tools here, 15 mil, 10 mil, and an 8 mil. 8 mils for your rad hoses. And then of course I got the impact to make everything go a little bit faster. 15 mil down there for your belt tensioner. Now let's get into it. It's going to be really hard to do with what I got. I just got a phone. But anyway, so what you want to do, pull down on this. It's a 15 mil. Pull down on that and take your belt off. I'm just going to put you guys right here. You're going to need two hands. Point you down a little bit. There you go. Alright, so pull down on this. Pull that belt off. Belt is off. Get your wrench off. Alright, so next thing, let's start getting some clamps off. Make some room. Pull your clamps off your air filter, breather tube, whatever you want to call it. Now, that's all off. Alright, now that that's all loaded away, now we're going to pull this bottom rad hose off and drain the coolant out, and then you have these two rad hoses over here, the heater core hoses. They run over. Take those off. Alright, so I got all the clamps loosened. So a good thing to have is a pair of pliers like this here, because sometimes your hoses will get stuck, so you just get a pair of pliers like this and just clamp it, not very tightly, just give her a little twist. Give her a little twist that way there. It takes all the shit off, corrosion or whatever you want to call it, and I'll take this one off too. Get it out of the way. Give me a little bit more room. Yeah, like I was saying, so you just give them a little twist, and then because sometimes they get stuck on there, and sometimes they're a bitch to get off. Like this bottom one here stuck too. Same thing. Just give it a little twist, break her loose. Now, what I have underneath the truck, I have a huge Tupperware container. It's probably about 4 feet long, and I got that under there to grab all your press stone. Because if you don't have something under there to grab all that press stone, you're gonna have a huge mess on your floor. I mean a huge mess. Now, even though I have this huge container under here, I think it's probably 4 feet long and 2 feet wide. And I'm still losing a little bit on the floor, but whatever, right? Can't get it all. There we go. Alright, now that all the hoses are off, I'm going to try not to edit this video or anything, just to show you guys how long this is actually going to take me to do. So yeah, so I got all the hoses off, so now it's time to take the pump off. Now, first things first, let's take your belt tensioner off at the 15 mil. There's 3 bolts in that. There we go. That's off. Next, you're going to grab your 10 millimeter. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Another one. That's 6. I believe that's all of them. Yep. Alright, so I said I wasn't going to edit this video, but I'll have to edit a little bit just to save a little bit of time so you guys aren't watching this forever. But anyway, so now that I got those off, so there's 3 bolts here on this port and 3 bolts on this port. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some sandpaper and I'm going to clean all this up. And I already did it on the other pump. I already cleaned it all up. And yeah, and then it's going to be ready to install. But as you guys can see, it took me like, what, 5 minutes to get all this off? Alright guys, so I got all the area cleaned up on, well, I already had this one all clean. But I have it all cleaned up on the engine. Just used some 180 grit sandpaper. And this, as you can see, pretty clean. This side here was a real bitch to get out with the sandpaper, so what I used was the wire wheel on my grinder, and yeah, I cleaned it up. Came out really nice. So what I like using, actually I'll show you, I use this on basically everything, on all gaskets and everything. It's Forma gasket, aviation Forma gasket. I never ever had an issue with that, with anything ever leaking. And I just put a little bit on the gaskets on the water pump. And you guys might be wondering why I'm using a used water pump. I had this water pump on another engine. When you go to install this, what you want to do, try to get your gaskets on and just put a bolt in the top holes to hold your gaskets in place. And then when you, it gives you a hand just to get that in place. Your gaskets stay put. It makes it that much easier to get it all in place. One started. One started, and then your gasket might kind of fall into place a little bit. You just kind of work with it. Be gentle, take your time. Get this one here started. Now you don't want to screw these in tight. Like I said, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to screw around with that gasket a little bit to get your bolt all started. And basically, once you get all these started, it's pretty basic. It's just putting it back together the way you took it apart, right? But for me today, as far as this video is going to go, it's going to be me tightening all these bolts up and putting lines back on, most of the lines that I can. The reason for that is I take my water pump or my thermostat off the other water pump, and anyway, to me it doesn't look normal, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick up a new one. 10 millimeter bolts right here. Those are gonna be torqued at 11 foot-pounds, and this is as far as I'm going today with this video. I'm just gonna torque those off camera, and yeah, basically it's pretty straightforward from here. Put your belt on. If you can't figure out how to put your belt on, you can probably look it up on Google, or if you still have a manual, if you do, follow that. I'll show you how to put it back on. But anyway, for these bolts, they're 11 foot-pounds. If you need to know that. And yeah, that's it, guys.